Hello everyone, Ryan here. Star Wars: A New Hope, Princess, the Scoundrel, and the Farm Boy by Alexandra Bracken. So I listened to this audiobook during the month of February. And of course, obviously, I enjoyed it. In fact, I would say I enjoyed this audiobook a little more than the previous Star Wars one I listened to, Star Wars Most Wanted, which that one was had more to do with Han Solo and the character Kira and their whole relationship. And though, I mean, I still enjoyed that one. And if you want to check out my review for that, I'll provide a link to it. But as far as this one goes, it's pretty much a retelling of the original movie, obviously the first movie that kicked off the original trilogy, and also, the entire saga. And actually, in some ways, I actually liked this a little better. I mean, certain parts a little better than the movie, because in this one it's like you get like more of an understanding of what's going through each character's brains at the time, or like more of like, well, I mean, for example, like Princess Leia in this, she has more of a prominent part in this, and which definitely makes sense because of the fact that, I mean, when you think back to the movie, she was the one that she played a big part. She was a pivotal part in the whole rebellion thing. And so in this audiobook, you get to find out a little bit more about her motives and all that, and which is pretty cool. I definitely liked that part. And then not only that, but then you get it also more of an inside look as to what other characters are thinking, and also what their motives are too. So, such as like Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Han Solo, even Chewbacca, which is another plus for me, because obviously in the movies, at least I don't remember. I'm pretty sure in the movies, there's really no explanation given as to what Chewbacca may or may not be thinking. It's just kind of like left to the audience to interpret what Chewbacca might be saying. I mean, for the most part. And especially in the original trilogy. So in this audiobook, yeah, we actually get a little bit of insight into the mind of Chewbacca. And of course, the entire plot centers around trying to stop the Empire from continuing to use the Death Star, in order to conquer the galaxy, or whatever it is that they were initially trying to conquer to begin with. And also too, of course, I like the different effects in this, sound effects and whatnot, and even the way it begins. In fact, I've been noticing that for a lot of these Star Wars audiobooks, they begin in the same way that the movies begin. You know, it has the opening theme song, and so yeah, for me, being the big Star Wars fan that I am, right away when I hear that opening theme song, you know, I mean, obviously, I imagine those words scrolling by and scrolling upward, and as far as like, I mean, the narrator does an awesome job too. And I mean, pretty much, you know, again, since I said it's a retelling of the first movie, the original movie that kicked off the original trilogy. The only difference is, in fact, like I said, that you get a little bit more of an understanding as to what each character is thinking, and so, but otherwise, it's pretty much almost, I mean, like exactly the same as the movie. So, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I don't consider that a bad thing. And of course, you know, towards the end, you know, Luke helps to destroy the Death Star, and I don't mean to spoil that, but if you haven't seen the first movie, the original movie, I definitely recommend watching it. So, I mean, how could you not have seen it? I don't know. I mean, obviously, I know not everyone is into Star Wars or sci-fi, but regardless, I figure a large percentage of people have seen at least the original trilogy, or seen parts of them, or heard about them, or something. So, so I mean, overall, I definitely give this audiobook. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, 4 out of 5. And I mean, just because when it ends, I would say, like, again, I mean, well, it's exactly like the movie. You know, obviously, I kind of feel like, actually, after I listened to this audiobook, I wanted to go back and rewatch the first movie, which I still haven't. I definitely gotta get on that. But I don't know, for me, like, I kind of feel like it'd be better to, like, either watch the movie first and then listen to this audiobook, or listen to the audiobook first and then watch the movie, or possibly do both at the same time. If you're able to. I know some people are, like, really great at multitasking, so I'm not. I don't like multitasking. I'm not good at it, so therefore I don't do it. It's as simple as that. So, but yeah, overall, I give this audiobook 4 out of 5 stars. That'll do it for this review. Obviously, I recommend it to Star Wars fans, sci-fi fans. So, yeah, definitely check it out if you're able to, or pick up a physical copy. So, also too, I liked, there was this part towards the end where the author herself, she kind of like talks about what inspired her to write this retelling of the first movie. And it was pretty cool because she mentioned how when she was growing up, her father introduced her to Star Wars, and she would go on trips with him because I guess her dad was a huge Star Wars fan as well, and he was always collecting different action figures and like coffee mugs and pretty much anything and everything to do with Star Wars. So, and I guess sadly he passed away from some type of cancer. But the author, she also mentioned that, that she felt like she had to write this retelling of the first movie because, for her it was like kind of a way for her to honor her father, and the fact that he was such a huge Star Wars fan and he introduced her to it. So yeah, another thing that I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, again, that does it for this review. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.